You think you're feeding your dog right. Same bowl, same time, clean water, but what if that very routine is quietly shortening their life? I learned this the hard way. My dog, Luna, was perfectly healthy until one night after dinner, she suddenly collapsed. At the vet, when he asked, "When does she eat?" my answer made him go silent. That question changed everything. Because what I thought was a healthy routine turned out to be the one deadly timing mistake most owners still make. Today, we're exposing the feeding habits that 98% of dog owners get wrong, and how mistake number 4 nearly cost me Luna's life. Mistake number 1, feeding only once a day. It sounds tidy and disciplined. One big meal, fewer dishes, easy routine. But inside your dog's stomach, that long, empty stretch is like leaving acid in an uncoated metal tank. It eats away at the lining. A UCLA study of 10,000 dogs found that single meal feeders faced 73% higher risk of gastric torsion, where the stomach literally twists and cuts off blood flow within hours. For years, I fed Luna once daily. She'd lick the floor, eat grass, burp. I thought it was cute, but it was her body screaming for help. The fix is ridiculously simple. Split the same amount into 2 portions, morning and evening. Harvard's 14-year nutrition study showed twice-daily feeders lived 2.1 years longer. Your dog's stomach isn't a gas tank you fill once. It's an engine that needs steady fuel. So if you ever see your dog licking floors or eating grass, that's not a quirk. It's acid reflux asking you to change the schedule tonight. Mistake number 2, using the same bowl every time. That spotless stainless steel bowl you're proud of? It might be quietly numbing your dog's brain. Wild dogs spend 6 to 8 hours a day hunting and solving problems to earn food. Your pet finishes dinner in 90 seconds flat, and the brain that evolved for puzzles gets 0 stimulation. Yale researchers discovered that dogs fed exclusively from bowls show brain scan patterns identical to human boredom and even mild depression. When I swapped Luna's bowl for a puzzle feeder, her entire vibe changed. Brighter eyes, calmer nights, fewer destructive bursts. Scatter kibble on the lawn, hide it in towels, or stuff a puzzle toy. It takes 5 minutes, buys you peace, and gives your dog purpose. Because every time we dump food into that same bowl, we trade their mental health for our convenience. Mistake 3. Eyeballing portions. That just a little extra scoop feels like love, but it's love with a cost. The Association for Pet Obesity Prevention found 59% of dogs are clinically overweight, and most owners don't notice. Cornell tracked 2,000 dogs for 15 years and proved that dogs fed exactly measured portions lived almost 3 years longer than their overfed siblings. Every extra pound on a 50-pound dog equals 10 pounds on you. When Luna tore a ligament at 6, I blamed bad luck until the vet said, "She's carrying too much love around her waist." That hurt worse than the bill. A $6 measuring cup saves thousands and years of mobility. Because the kindest thing you can serve is precision, not pity portions. This was the mistake that almost killed Luna. Dinner, then a walk. Seems healthy, right? But, imagine shaking a soda can right after opening it. Her stomach was filled with food and air, and as we walked, she began to drool and pace. She tried to vomit, but nothing came out. That's gastric dilatation volvulus, GDV, a killer that can end a life in just a few hours. Purdue University found that even with treatment, nearly 1/3 of bloat cases are fatal. The life-saving rule is simple. Walk first, feed second, or wait at least 30 minutes after meals. Since I changed that routine, Luna never had another incident. One small timing shift can buy you 10 extra years of peace instead of one night of panic. Learning something new? Tap subscribe and keep going. Mistake number 5. Trusting premium labels blindly. Flip that dog food bag and read the fine print. If the first ingredient isn't a named meat, you're paying for marketing, not nutrition. Tufts University researchers found 40% of commercial dog foods contained euthanized animal remains under the term meat byproduct. Corn, wheat, and soy are cheap fillers that spike blood sugar and trigger allergies. Artificial preservatives like BHA and BHT are banned from human food in Europe because they cause cancer, yet they're legal for dogs here. A UC Davis study proved that dogs on high-quality protein diets lived 19% longer and had half as many vet visits. So, spend the extra $20 on real chicken or salmon instead of a bag decorated with a smiling retriever. Your wallet will recover. Your dog might not if you don't. Mistake 6. Feeding the same food for life. Imagine giving a toddler and a grandparent the same diet forever. That's what most owners unknowingly do. A puppy needs about 30% protein and specific calcium ratios to build bone. A senior dog's metabolism slows 20% and needs fewer calories and joint support. Ohio State vets found that adjusting food by life stage adds nearly 2 extra years of life. Feeding the same bag for a decade is nutritional insanity, like fueling a retiree on energy drinks. Your dog's body changes. Their bowl should too. Feed the age, not the habit. Mistake number 7. Ignoring fresh food. You know, complete and balanced kibble sounds perfect until you learn it's cooked at 400 degrees, which actually destroys most vitamins. There was this 10-year Purdue study that found dogs who ate fresh vegetables just 3 times a week had a 90% lower risk of bladder cancer. Honestly, a few steamed carrots, a spoonful of pumpkin, or some broccoli florets can do more than those expensive supplements. Just remember, never season them and definitely avoid scraps from your plate. But simple, fresh, unspiced add-ins really turn their bowl into medicine. Fresh food isn't just some trend, it's evolution, sort of, corrected. Mistake number 8. Leaving food out all day. It might feel generous to keep the bowl full all the time, but, dogs aren't cows. They weren't built to graze. Actually, a University of Copenhagen study found that free feeding tripled the risk of diabetes and increased pancreatitis by 40%. When there's constant access, insulin never resets, and you can't really tell if your dog stopped eating because they're bored or because they're sick. Plus, leftover kibble breeds bacteria within hours, especially if it's warm out. So, feed on schedule. Put the bowl down for 15 minutes, then pick it up. Rhythm creates health, and honestly, discipline shows love better than an endless buffet. Mistake 9. Feeding before bed. That 9 p.m. snack feels cute, but digestion doesn't sleep. Swedish researchers found dogs fed within 2 hours of bedtime had 3 times more acid reflux and nighttime restlessness. Lying flat with a full stomach pushes acid back into the esophagus, causing silent burns and poor sleep. Feed 3 to 4 hours before bed so their body can repair instead of digest. Rest is healing, reflux is erosion. Your dog deserves the first, not the second. Mistake number 10. Forgetting water hygiene. You refill the water bowl daily and think it's enough, but bacteria doesn't care about refills. Hartpura University found E. coli and salmonella in 45% of tested dog bowls. Each sip becomes a microdose of infection. Wash the bowl with soap every day and rinse twice daily. Add a second water station in another room. Hydration doubles, vet visits drop. Water is the simplest medicine most dogs are missing. Clean bowl, clear kidneys, longer life. Before every meal, pause. Run your hand along your dog's chest and belly. Feel for tightness, bloating, or anxiety. Those 10 seconds can catch bloat hours before it turns fatal. Feeding isn't a chore, it's a conversation with their body. Listen before you scoop, and you might catch a silent plea for help. Love is measured in seconds like these. Our dogs trust us with every meal, every heartbeat, every breath. Now that you know the truth, feed that trust wisely. What's one thing you'll do differently for your dog tonight? Share it in the comments, then watch the Dog Psychology Facts playlist to learn more ways to protect that love. Subscribe for them.